presentation, my demonstration speech is about how to study in college. So in an article for the U.S. News titled Advice on How to Study in 2008, they conducted a survey where they found that 11 out of 14 freshman students did not admitted they did not know how to study. So a student from the Indiana University said that I used to study half an hour for a test in high school, which pretty much describes most of the students that come into college their first year. And studying the skill of studying is something that has to be learned, and it isn't a natural skill that we already know. And as Mark Silver put so well, preparing for tests is just part of your load. So I have 3 points or 3 steps that can help you become effective in studying, which are note-taking, concentration, time management. So the first one is have a strategy for note-taking. So the first strategy you can have for note-taking is the write on the slides method, which is the easiest and quickest of taking notes, which includes printing out any lecture slides before class that the professor may have printed or posted on Blackboard and writing on them as the professor speaks. The next method is the Cornell method, which is writing down your regular notes throughout the class and then leaving a space on the left-hand side and a space on the bottom. And on the left-hand side, you have your column Q, which you can write questions or note throughout class for anything you may need to ask later. And then your summary section is where you summarize the whole lecture after class. And then as Virginia Tech Student Affairs suggested, to record your lectures. If your professor goes too fast, to not be afraid to record, and take pictures of drawings if your professor goes through the material real quickly, and then to ask your classmates for notes. So the next step in becoming effective in studying is concentration. And the University of Florida Student Resource Center suggests setting aside a place for studying. So choosing a quiet place, choosing a place where you can be alone without distractions. The next suggestion would be to study in sections, to not study everything the night before an exam or hours before. Study in section, divide the load, and make short goals. So instead of studying all 5 chapters for the exam the night before, make a schedule for the week, do 1 chapter a day. And make concentration a habit. So learn what causes your poor concentration, whether it's noise, whether it's friends or family members. Learn what it is that makes you concentrate less, and then learn how to fix them and apply these controls. So if it is noise, go to a quiet area. If it's friends, maybe tell them you can have another day, but not today because you have an exam next week. Alright, so the last step for effective studying would be time management. So the first step, and these were all suggestions to do from the University of Gulf, and it is to anticipate and apply ahead. So at the beginning of every semester, the professor hands out syllabus, so make note of that. Use a calendar and plan around it. And use your time wisely. So to stay on track, use your week time or your weekday time. So pinpoint what areas of the day you waste. So the 2 hours that you have in between classes, or after your last class in between and supper, what do you do in between there? Do you just watch TV? So pinpoint what areas you waste the most during the day, and then try to use that time effectively. So sometimes you do have a lot of work during the week, so you have to study on the weekend. So use that time effectively as well, since we know it's the weekend and we want to be out and about. if it's hard to study in your room, then change the area, go to the library, or maybe go somewhere nice outside. And then also it's important to take breaks and to reward yourself. So if you make a goal of studying for 3 hours straight, then take a break after that and reward yourself with, I don't know, a little bit of downtime afterwards to make it a little bit more fun and make you want to stay focused. And the last one is to not procrastinate. So the first thing for procrastination is understanding why you do it. So why do you wait until the last day? Is it because you have too much workload, or is it because you have too many distractions? So try to pinpoint why you procrastinate. And then what the University of Gulf suggested was to try Band-Aid solutions, where if it's the lack of motivation, put like little notes around your room or your apartment or wherever you live, like on the fridge. Remind yourself, hey, you have a test on Tuesday, so you have to study. Or if you don't study, you're gonna fail. Something that will motivate you. And then the last one is to just do it. So sometimes you just have to force yourself to get up and just start studying whenever you have a hard time. So these are the 3 steps that can help you effectively learn how to study in college. And like I mentioned, it's not a skill that most students know right away when they come to college. So it's a skill that we have to learn over the time. And these 3 steps, note taking, concentration, and time management, will help you do that.